Hey guys, it's me. It's been. I can't believe here. I don't like this angle. I thought I closed my closet doors. Anyway, whatevs. Um, I can't believe it's been a year since we started this journey of vlogging and shooting videos about what's going on in my life. But yeah, it's been almost a year. We're in December. We're a few days from Christmas, and yeah, I really didn't think people were watching the videos like that. And I've gotten like 3 or 4 requests throughout the week. People are like, "Where's your next live video? Where's it at? What's going on?" So I figured I'd go ahead and shoot one. Okay, so today I want to talk to you. Out of all the things that we've talked about, I don't think we've ever talked about this subject, which is anxiety. So I don't know if a lot of you all know, but I have severe anxiety, and it's just based on different life experiences. But the older I get, the more I'm starting to see that even when I was a little kid, I had anxiety. And a lot of that has to do with things that happened in my childhood that I'm still um, working on resolving. It's so amazing how stuff happens in your childhood and you don't even realize that it's a part of you. Even after you're grown up, you know, the consequences of those things. And a lot of that for me, my anxiety came from my childhood, which is things that happened, and I'm not ready to dive into that yet. I'm just saying that's the birthplace for my anxiety. Um, since I have moved to New York, it has my life has shifted. In New York, I don't. In North Carolina, I cooked all the time, or if I was really anxious, I would clean. Um, and you know, being in New York, I don't get to cook as much. I haven't cooked at all really since my grandpa died. I think we're going on 3 years ago this Christmas Eve. Crazy. Since my grandpa died, yeah, I don't really cook anymore. And so I've been looking for new outlets and ways to express my anxiety. I know walking sometimes for like 2 or 3 hours does help me to get rid of my anxiety. You know what? Today's a really nice day. I might do that. That just dawned on me. It's a little rainy, but hey, it's 60 degrees here in New York today in December. I'm for it. But yeah, my anxiety over the past year has really come to the forefront of my life. And I feel like a lot of times when we have issues, especially in the African American community, when it comes with when it comes to things like depression or anxiety or just mental illness, I feel like it's very much under the rug swept. It's not something that we speak about. Um, and I've always been the complete opposite. When my grandpa died on Christmas Eve, I was okay until after his funeral. And after his funeral, that's when all these emotions started coming to me. And I thought, oh my gosh, I'm losing my mind. I'm going crazy. I cannot bear to deal with this. And a friend told me about a grieving, what's it, a grieving support group? I can't remember the name now. And so that was my one of my first interactions with therapy. I had my first also therapy. I've been to therapy before. Um, as you all know, when I was in the church, they made me go twice to deal with my homosexuality. Still, not that was not the best experience, but kind of a real group therapy was for me was the grief group support that really helped. I wish I could remember the name, but I just can't. Um, and so anyway, to the present day, we've been in New York, and um, the past probably 4 months have been the craziest 4 months out of all my years on this earth. Um, I've gone through so much heartache. I've gone through so much joy. I've gone through so much sadness. I've gone through so much growth as a person. I've lost, my friend circle. I've grown closer to my family, which is huge. I'm so grateful for that. It's just been this very just difficult transition, and it's been very frustrating. And I will say something it's almost at pushed me to the point of being bitter. They say God won't put more on you than you can bear, and I call bull on that. You know, because I was thinking about that too. Like people, people have always said that God only puts on you more, won't put on you more than you can bear. But it's like, why is it some people will go through stuff like the loss of a child or a family member or something completely devastating where they lose their whole family, and they're completely crushed and devastated, and they do something horrible, or just, they stay depressed for the rest of their lives. Like, clearly that was more than they could bear. So yeah, I'm calling BS on that saying and completely removing it from my life. I'm learning things happen whether you like it or not, good or bad, and so I'm still navigating through that. But with that, I'm just looking back at what my anxiety has done. I have a habit to already overthink, and again, a lot of this, almost all of it, goes back to my childhood. If someone doesn't call me back, I think, oh God, they've been in a wreck, they've been in a car accident, they're killed. What if they hurt? What if they need me? What if I should go to them? What if I should, do something? What if I should just, and my brain just keeps going and going and going, and then it builds up this horrible pain in the pit of my stomach. Just had another aha moment. Um, just this pit, this feeling in the pit of my stomach. Um, and then it just, I've never been one. I had a couple in North Carolina, but I've noticed I've had more anxiety attacks. And for me, what an anxiety attack looks like is I feel completely overwhelmed by a situation or a thought or something that's going on. And usually I will completely overthink to the place that I can't control it. And then it's usually followed by crying. The crying can last anywhere from 5 minutes to 5 hours. Again, in North Carolina, I had little pop ups here and there. Maybe one day of the year, I just wake up and cry all day. And that's all I do. I lay in bed and cry, eat Oreos, go to sleep, wake up the next day, and it's a beautiful day. In New York, that does not happen. Only because at the end of the day, anything that does happen to you, um, I take responsibility for me and my energy and my space. And with my job, I took on so much, and I wanted to be a perfectionist at what I took on. I was literally at one point, I was doing almost three full time jobs in one job. I was a brand experience advisor for the company, which means I go to all the locations and train all the new employees. I was also doing the social media, doing live events, doing the editing, building the content, filming the content, editing it, then uploading it. And then let's see what else. It was something else. See, it's so much I can't remember. It's been happening a lot lately. Um, oh yeah, and then just I was trying to still do just an average 40 hours in a unit just to still, and you guys, everybody kept telling me, like, you need to slow down, you need to set boundaries, you need to, because I was the kind of person, like, so I'd wake up in the morning about 7 o'clock, um, usually waking up with a crisis, whether it's somebody didn't show up, there was a delivery wrong, or just business of some sort, meetings here or there, someone calling me. So that was from 7. I do that from probably from 7 to 10. By 10, I was trying to be up on my way and out the door to be in the office. Go work in the office usually till like 2 or 3 or so. Deal with meetings and whatnot, events. Then go work in a unit with a new staff member for 7, 8 hours. Then go try to, and then that 8 hours still try to film and get edit materials for the online platform. And then, yeah, go home, work on some more stuff till like, honestly, 3, 4 in the morning. Yeah, that's the thing about New York. You hear those sirens. It's driving me crazy. We're gonna let that pass real quick. If it will pass. Jeez Louise, like, what the freak? Like, just pass already. Uh, See, little things like that, little things. But I would work on that till like 3 or 4 in the morning. Then I would go get sleep for like 2, 3 hours, and I'm back up doing it again. So you can imagine after months and months and months at this rate, and then just the energy that each situation comes up with. I always try to be in flight or flight. I try to always be what, flight or fight. I'm a fighter. So like if ish is hitting the fan, I don't freak out. I stay calm and I try to keep a level head and deal with the situation. See me, tears aren't going to do anything. Worrying won't do anything. So I'm always like hitting the ground, trying to fix whatever situation needed to be fixed. It was times I'd be in my office working, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, we need to go be on this movie set to go do A, B, C, and D," and I'd be like, "Let's go!" Running out the door and just running to go get that done, and all the anxiety that comes with that. So anyway, all these things led up to kind of for me, a mental breakdown, and my mental breakdown was, I have been looking at signs and symptoms online, but you can't really trust that. It just kind of happened. I was very stupid, let's say foolish. I had decided to take on two other jobs with everything I just told you. So I took on a production job and a wedding coordinator job. What was I thinking? I don't know at the time. So I took on both of these jobs and was working them all in like the same week, and was catching literally little hours, windows of sleep here and there because I was working 24 hours, literally 24 hours, catching like a 2 hour nap here, 2 hour nap there. And I had an anxiety attack at work, and I came home and I just tried to rest, was really just kind of exhausted. Then I spoke to a boss from another job, one of my other jobs, and he just caught me on a bad day, and it was probably one of the worst moments of my entire life of just uh, me losing my shit and just being disrespectful and saying some of the most hateful, disgusting things that have ever left my mouth to another human being. And some people say, well, this somebody may deserve this or that, or they call you. No, no, no. Those are all excuses, because for me, I will always try to show love, mercy, and sympathy and compassion to people, and regardless of how I feel. Usually, I know if I don't need to be around people that say that, like, please, I can't deal with this today because I feel this way and I don't want this to happen. So I usually try to shut it out. This particular day, I didn't, and it was really bad. And I abruptly quit my job, which caused a tornado of just mess in my life over the past 3 months. I I've lost so much, all for a moment of weakness. One moment of weakness, like 20 minutes of weakness can undo almost like a years worth of work. It's crazy. It's crazy. Um and so after thinking and just really spending time healing and resting, I begin to think about um what kind of person I want to be and what I wanted, and I felt like I needed to go back to one of my jobs and make what was wrong right, and I'm still working through that, and it's not easy. I still have these moments where I feel like everybody hates me and everybody's mad at me. Um, I have these moments where, because you can do something, and after you've done this heinous thing, you say sorry. That doesn't make it better because it's already happened. And so now I'm in this place of trying to show people that that's not who I am and that's not what I do. And so I'll say all this to say, pretty much in a nutshell, I can't keep up the facade of everything's all right anymore because everything is not all right. I can't keep acting like everything's okay and I'm okay when I'm not. And I am struggling in my life. I'm struggling in my spiritual walk. I'm struggling emotionally. In all the ways that a person can struggle, I am struggling. And, I guess it is true. Nobody can save you but you. I keep, I'm just being transparent now. I've looked and, made pleas in vague posts on social media. I've tried calling people, talking to people, and none of those things have really helped. And I've listened to advice of friends, and that hasn't really it's helped a little bit. But at the end of the day, the only person who can save me is me. And so I'm not saying I'm making a New Year's resolution, but I am saying that in 2019 I am going to do what I need to do to mentally take care of myself because I can't bear this anxiety anymore. I can't bear this overthinking. My life feels like I'm stuck in this cold, dark room that does not have any color. I feel like I see a window, and in the window, on the other side of that window, there's just these vibrant colors and so much of life waiting to be experienced. And that's what I want. I'm tired of hurting people because of my anxiety. I'm tired of feeling hopeless. I'm tired of feeling alone. I'm tired of not loving myself or giving myself the highest respect. I'm I'm exhausted. And so I'm going to make steps to to fix that, to pull it back together, to fix my life. And so if that involves therapy, if I don't really want to do medication, but I'm willing to do it. I'm not embarrassed to say that right now I do use marijuana as a form of. Uh, I use it. I mean, I don't have a prescription, but I do use it. You know, when I feel like I can't, like when I feel like an anxiety attack is coming on, or I'm losing control, or I'm on a really bad downward path. I will use it to as for me I use it with medicinally, even though I don't have a prescription. I use it for that reason, and it has been a great help to me. I will forever and always be an advocate of legalizing marijuana. I see the health benefits of it. I don't know what I would have even done this past year or in the years past without helping me in my most intense situations. And I think, I'm so grateful that my family has accepted that about me. My immediate family, they've known that. If you gotta hide it, you shouldn't be doing it. And so I don't feel like I need to hide it. But they've been very supportive of me in knowing that I use for that reason. And I don't do other pills. I don't do other drugs. That's not me. I just, will again use a little bit of marijuana every now and again to um, help level out my nerves. Um, and it's so much to also over the past 2 years of being in New York, I've been caught in like stampedes of people running thinking that there's gunfire or a situation. It happened at Global Citizens about a month ago or so, and then it happened one time when I was in Herald Square. It was a stampede. Um, because everybody's on edge because of gun violence and all these other. It's just so much. And then you get on the train sometimes, and there's these homeless people just acting crazy and screaming, and just screaming, and it's enough to drive any person insane. And then just the everyday dealings that come with the office and the office politics, and just wherever you're gonna be, there's gonna be gossip, and there's gonna be mess, and there's gonna be cliques, and people just mess with you. And there's that in my life, and I'm trying to maneuver through it, and I'm gonna come out on top because that's who I am, and I'm not gonna let this destroy me. I've decided that. I don't know how we're gonna be there. I don't, but I know we're gonna fight and we're gonna win. And so I say all that to say, this video is not for everybody, and you may think he's just doing it for attention or whatever. I couldn't really care less if that's what you think. I know that there's somebody who's going to see this hopefully in the next week, next month, or even years to come, and you'll think I feel the exact same way, and know that you're not alone. Again, I'm tired of the anxiety, the depression, the suicidal thoughts. Oh my God, that was a whole adventure in itself. Watch my other video where we talk about suicide. On none of these things, I'm not embarrassed or ashamed to talk about any of these things because I'm human. And I've always wanted my life to be an open book for other people to say, if he can make it through, so can I. So forget that bougie and being just whatever politically correct and not sharing that. Um, anyway, as usual, I always feel like I'm just like kind of talking here and there. But this is, we're at Christmas time. And we're getting ready to go into a new year. And I can't go into next year like this. I wanna, some of the things I've been dreaming about and some of the things I want in 2019. I moved to New York for two things. I moved up here for family and career. I want both of those things. I want to start a family here. I'm not saying I necessarily want to raise kids here, but I feel like this was the place I'm going to meet my special somebody. And then a career. And so I'm hopefully going to have some updates to share about that really soon. I'm really excited. And so as I keep the faith, I encourage you to keep the faith. And we're all in this together. We really are. And somehow we're all going to make it through. We're going to make it to the other side, and it's going to be all right. We'll keep smiling. We'll keep shining. We'll keep giving it our all. And so you guys be blessed. Merry Christmas. Thank you for sticking with me for a year. Please, I can't. This first time I'm gonna start saying it now. Please like, share, and subscribe. You know, I really want to, you know, I'm not seeking fame or anything. I just want to help people. But, you know, you can also pass this along. So, like, share, subscribe, follow me. We're going to keep keeping it organic and raw. I could do the fancy stuff where we edit it and all this. And I had somebody come to me and say, hey, I'll edit your videos. But I really like this organic live feel. I really do. And so, um, that way, you know, I'm just speaking to you. We're having a conversation and just talking. And so, feel free to comment, say what you need, want back. If you feel like you agree, disagree, you're more than welcome to do it. That's your opinion. I give you permission to say whatever you need. Um, I guess that's it. You know, we made it through another year. We're still holding on, and so I want to keep on surviving. And so, through the years, we all will be together if the fates allow. Hang a shining star above the highest bough. And so, and then say goodbye for now. Goodbye, peace, love, and prosperity. We will talk to everybody soon. Maybe we'll talk again before Christmas. If not, Merry Christmas, and we will talk again before the New Year's. Bye.